Maximum Technology. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to implement a scroll view into your iOS app. Now, if you don't know, a scroll view basically lets your user scroll up and down on a certain screen within your app. Like here on my simulator, I'm scrolling and that text is going upwards because I'm scrolling down. Now, this is super simple to do, so let's get started. So let's open up Xcode and create a new Xcode project. We're going to do a regular app, and for the product name, we're going to call it Scroll View. We're going to be working in Storyboard, and our lifecycle will be UIKit app delegate, and our language is going to be Swift. Then hit Next and Create. Now it's just telling me that if I want to replace it because the example is named the same thing, so I'm going to go ahead and replace that. And it's going to create our Xcode project. So let's give it a moment. And alright, here we go. So let's first expand our screen so we have some more room to work. And this is going to be done entirely in the main.storyboard. This is super simple to do, and it only takes a couple of minutes, but it makes your app's functionality a whole lot better. So the first thing we're going to do is come up to this plus and search for a scroll view. Drag that in and just expand it to the entire screen like this. Alright, now let's add some constraints. They're already here, so let's just put those up. These are 0 all around. And it's got some warnings, but we can get rid of that in a second. Let's come plus again and search for a stack view. We're going to be working with the vertical stack view. And now let's do the same thing here and drag it all the way. Now for this one, we're actually going to apply constraints slightly differently. Instead of just coming down and clicking here, instead we're going to expand this, and we're going to select our stack view. Then click your control button and drag to Content Layout Guide. Hold Shift and enable each one of these, and there we go. So the next thing we're going to want to do is check our constraints that just popped up here. We need to expand this a little bit more. A little more. There we are. So these two constraints, we actually don't need these numbers here. So let's just replace them with zeros for the constant. And there we go. Let's make this slightly smaller. And now the last thing we need to do here, or one of the last things we need to do, is hold Control again and drag to Frame Layout Guide. Then choose Equal Widths down here. Alright. So we still have a bit of red, but we don't have a user interface yet. So let's look for a UI view, and we'll just drag that on, and that's going to be our user interface. Now let's come down and add some constraints. I'll say like 1200 for the height down here. This can be whatever you want, as much scrolling as you need you can put. Like if you need a ton of scrolling, maybe like 1600. But for this, I'm just going to use 1200. Now this is fully taken up and we have no more errors. And if we scroll within the storyboard, we can see it is scrolling. Since we're going to run this, just to make it clear, I'm going to add a label right up at the top so that we can see the scrolling working on the simulator. So let's just make this a bit bigger and drag it right on there. I'll just put something simple like scroll. Let's center this and add some quick constraints. I'll just do this. That's fine. It doesn't have to be too pretty. There we go. Now to make this even more visible, let me just change this to yellow. And let's hit Command R. And before you do that, make sure your simulator is 12 Pro Max or whichever one you prefer. I'm just preferring to do it on the 12 Pro Max for this tutorial. And let's let the simulator build our new application. We can already see that it does scroll, but boot up, and we should have our working scroll view. So let's check this out. Let's It's right here. It's installing. All right, here we go. All right, so here is our scroll view. Same, looks the same. This white above here, if you're wondering what that is because underneath we didn't change the original background color. We just put some layovers on it, so it's just kind of covering it up. If you want to, you can go back and change that, or if you did it before, that works too. But now let's just scroll, and as you can see, the text is still up there because we scrolled down. So that's how you make a scroll view and allow your app to scroll. I hope this was helpful, and if it was, think about subscribing and liking the video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!